It's not a place you can get to by a boat or a train. It's far, far away. Behind the moon, beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
The Land of Oz theme park opened in 1970 in Beech Mountain, North Carolina, and was based on the book by famous author Frank Baum. Children, both young and old, used to flock to the Land of Oz just to skip down the yellow brick road. The Land of Oz theme park was located in Beech Mountain, North Carolina, just west of Boone, North Carolina. The park was founded by Grover Robbins Jr., who also founded the popular attraction Tweetsie Railroad. His son, Spencer Robbins, speaks about creating Oz.
You can take a piece of land like Hound Ears or Elk River, Beech Mountain. You don't have to destroy it to develop it.
Right.
You can use good judgment and good people to help and do the work. When they built the Land of Oz on Beech Mountain,
Right.
they could not cut a tree or move a tree or anything. They had to lay the yellow brick road around trees, and it does wind through the trees. But we've always taken pride in being able to use a piece of land but not destroy it.
Right.
The Land of Oz closed in 1980, but people will remember it like it was yesterday.
Remember the hot air balloons? You know, they're enormous back then because I was about this big.
I just remember the yellow brick road in Dorothy's house. You go in one door and see her bedroom, and then you go through the cellar when the tornado came.
What was Oz like in the 70s? Were you here?
Yeah, I was. I sold popcorn right there. Yeah, it was really cool.
We all know the characters from The Wizard of Oz, but what would it be like to play one of these characters? We got the inside scoop from a former Dorothy.
I was Dorothy from 70 through 74, the very first year it opened. Danced around this little, and she had her broom, and she danced around and sang, how do I brew the stew? Now, what's the first thing I do? The blink of a sow, the moo of a cow, and then our little boy's shoe. What on earth after that? I've heard that you need a vet. It's right here, but that sounds queer to drop in a cabbage hat. And then she gets on her broom.
I have seen those nasty little old boys. You know what they're made of, don't you? They're made of snakes and snails and puppy dog tails. And then there's those darling little girls. Sugar and spice and all that stuff nice. Personally, I think they're more tender for my stew than those nasty little old boys.
I guess they didn't want to have to sit through a lot of makeup and stuff, so all the characters besides Dorothy and the Witch had the big heads, you know, like at Disneyland or whatever, and so the Scarecrow had a big head that was made out of straw, and it was just, you know, like almost like a big cylinder with straw on it and a funny little hat. And then the lion was more like, you know, one of the big head costumes of the lion. It wasn't like, you know, they made up the face like the movie.
I'm Andy Harkins, and I was a Tin Man in 1971 at the Land of Oz. They had really nice costumes. They had actually gone to New York to a costumer in New York, and they were custom made. Company's name was, I think they're still in business up there, it's Brooks Van Horn, and they're stage costumers, and they got top of the line costumes. They had, I think, 5 sets of each of the costumes for each of the characters. They paid a great deal of money for those, and they were really top-notch. The Tin Man costume was a silver lame jumpsuit, and then over that we put a fiberglass top piece and like a breastplate and shoulder pads, and then it was 2 fiberglass leggings that we pulled on and strapped and snapped to the upper body, and then there was a fiberglass head with a hinged jaw that went over. In the years after that, they went ahead, they either lost those heads or they were stolen or they were destroyed, and they used a hat and all silver makeup and other makeup, and I don't know whether that's better or not. I've done that before too, as a Tin Man, more recently.
Mayor of the Munchkin City. It's a prideless job. You have to be a short, fat man with green curly-toed shoes and a 20-pound clock, and anyhow, it's humbling, let me tell you. But yeah, we've got 2 or 3 that worked here years ago. R.D. Daniels, who was, he was the Scarecrow when the park was open. He did the cabbie for the horse of a different color this year. Gosh, Andy Harkins, who did Scarecrow and Tin Woodsman.
After hearing so much about the Land of Oz, we decided to visit the Autumn at Oz Festival, occurring once a year in the first weekend of October. After arriving, we stood in line for an old-fashioned hayride to the top of Beech Mountain. We noticed children and adults alike dressed up as their favorite Oz characters.
Oh, I've heard that you made this suit yourself.
Yes.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
It's like 4 years in the making. Every year you add a little more hair.
Were they like...
Welcome to Oz.
Once we reached the top of the mountain, we were greeted by yet another long line of folks just waiting to get a glimpse of the famous Dorothy.
Is that Toto in there you got? Oh, let me see him.
Turn it around.
What do we have to look forward to? I know we're just heading up to Uncle Henry's cabin here.
This is the gazebo up here, and you can overlook the mountain, and it's gorgeous.
After Dorothy and the Emerald Fountain, we arrived at a gazebo where we were greeted by Professor Marvel.
Mr. Marvel, how are you?
Doing well. How's the day going today?
Oh, the day's going very good. Very good. It's been very busy. But you want to watch out. There's a storm of brewing. Absolutely a storm of brewing. And it's a whopper. It's coming. No. When you go down off the hill, you want to be careful there.
What y'all been up to today?
Well, Uncle Henry's been working outside and I've been cooking.
A tornado has been spotted in your area. Watch out now.
Hi, welcome to Munchkin Land. What has happened? Your house went through that tornado and has landed directly on the Wicked Witch of the East. Squish, squash, pancake, deader than a doornail she is.
No way.
Way. She is a goner. Anyways, as official coroner I can say, thoroughly examined her and she's not only merely... She's really most sincerely...
Follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road, follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick, follow the yellow brick, follow the yellow brick road. You're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Put him up. Oh, your leg. I'm a back. Put him up. Oh, here. What do you want to go do that for? Oh.
Wonderful things he does. You're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
State your business.
We want to see the wizard.
The wizard? Nobody sees the wizard. Not nobody, not no how.
Oh, come on, let us. We've been here for a long time. We walked all the way up this mountain, and we'd like to see the wizard.
Well, don't cry about it.
I am Oz. The great and powerful Oz knows why you have come.
Everyone took home something from the Land of Oz that day, be it a lasting memory, a souvenir, or even a piece of the Yellow Brick Road.
These are not some that weren't used, just thrown away. They're by the shops,
Is that
by
right?
the craft places.